Control run.
Yeah.
Control run. Like this. Okay. Here we go.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay. So the title of this next segment was Machinekit at PMC Stone. So I'll just go ahead and kind of introduce myself. I'm Daniel Skrlin. I'm the owner operator of PMC Stone. What we do is service and repair CNC machines for granite, marble, and glass fabricating industries, primarily companies that fabricate and do bordering and contouring or edging details with CNC machines. With that being said, like I said, been around the last couple of years. My profession had started back in 2003 with just CNCs and repairs and everything else. Been in the industry ever since then, with offering my clients the service and support and parts. The big factor that was coming into it was a lot of these machines have older controllers, being DOS driven and stuff like that. So kind of looking at a means for a retrofit for these clients with, again, with these older controllers and technology. With that being said, looked at many different, possibilities, opportunities as far as hardware and everything else. Started off, first analyzing, what the machine is, what type of controls it's using. Is it analog? Is it using a digital protocol, et cetera, et cetera. So right now, currently, the first stage of our retrofit for these types of machines is going to be an analog-based servo system. So we're using hardware from a Machinekit 7i92 along with the 7i77. And then using just x86 PC. I think a lot of the community likes to use, the Beagle Bones and everything else being a little bit smaller. With that being said, put all that together and then went ahead and used Alex's quick VCP and kind of put it all together with the HEL components and everything else. Again, just basically a retrofit design. It's still kind of, like I said, would say more or less prototype with everything. I don't have, like I said, a lot of information on it right now because it's really raw and still, nothing I think presentable, to be honest. So, but what we do have right now is kind of like a working, user interface here, which we designed. So I kind of just walk through it. You have your standard DRO on the left, your controls, and then just other macros or special commands or functions that the user might have on the right there. Typical interface, like I said, big reason why I went with the Machinekit and Machine Talk and everything else was just, again, the remote capabilities and then the ease of getting, I hate to say it, the hardware and everything for more, like I said, a support side. If something happens with the existing controllers, it's just customers currently are just dealing with long lead times and, obviously price and cost of everything. So again, that's why I was going this route. And then it's just primarily, like I said, just giving my customers an additional resource to go through as far as, if that's something they would like to proceed in the future, as far as a newer interface or newer technology, that's something they can grasp. Other than that, like I said, just kind of keep it kind of simple and short here, but do I have control of this here, Alex, or no? It's really hard to see.
It's an upper left. Yeah, it's black. That's it. Top middle.
Okay, yeah. So basically we implemented just kind of like the status bar, status message in here on the top. I lost the mouse again.
Are you sure about controlling the machine?
No, not actually. No, because like I said, going back to these machines are big, so it's not something you want to be kind of. I hate to say it. So, yeah, typically just basic features that you kind of probably see already in the standard, either Linux CNC or Machinekit interfaces, but just just a little bit dressed up, and then the ability. Again, the big thing too is in this industry, people would, they always want or looking for customizable options. So again, with it being open source, it's always something that can be tackled without an issue or a question or going from there. So basically just kind of going through the different menus. We have a tools table. So this is kind of, again, geared more towards bordering, contouring machines. So you can see the different tooling that they kind of use. They're kind of like diamond coated tooling for the grinding of stone and everything else. But and then you have the 3D, or it's 2D right now, but typical feed controls and stuff like that. So like I said, another reason why I went with this is just again, the ease of use of I think the Qt and everything else, QML, the programming, it is like JavaScript a little bit. So again, just I like the feature of being able to kind of change on the fly. I mean, I know you got to build the interface and everything else like that, but
Looks really good. Those are nice.
so a lot of it is just masked, you know what I mean, through the original foundation of the Machinekit and everything else. But yeah, I mean that's kind of it. I mean, it's been like I said, it's fun. I like doing it. Like I said, with me doing what I do on my normal basis, and then like I said, this is just another way of just offering something else to my clients and everything else. But again, like I said, it's still in its rough stages as far as completing, the HAL aspect of everything, hooking up all the IO and everything else for like automatic tool change and everything else. But yeah, other than that, that's kind of all I have to say about that.
I was going to say, if you say that this is rough.
Well, the interface is kind of like, this is, the interface is kind of where it needs to be. It's just a matter of now, like with status messages and everything else, because you have a lot of processes going on and they all have to be kind of synced, and not so much synced, but just being displayed at the correct time and everything else like that. So, yeah, the biggest, like I said, hurdle for me right now, because I'm not big into the development side of things. I mean, I can do changes here and there. Like I said, would be more or less just building the HAL components now to create everything. Because like I said, this interface you see here is just a simulation of everything going on. So again, it's now just putting all that together. But again, just kind of displaying how this could be used more or less kind of like in a commercial application. So that's it. Any questions?
Did you implement a G code editor?
This one does not actually, because this is more geared towards, the user would load a program from either his CAD CAM and then go from there. And then it has a G-code preview, but not really so much an editor here on the interface side. So, and especially you got to remember these machines where they're at, the environment wise, you're talking in granite shops where it's really dusty. So yeah, that too. So with that being said, for them to really be doing a lot of editing there at the machine, it's not kind of feasible. So
you design this interface basically a touch interface?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. And then again, the capabilities of remote. So clients that may have like 3 different machines, older style, say like analog, like to implement it further where you would have like a machine selector prior to the UI loading. And then the user can say, okay, I'm at this machine, I'm gonna load this program, walk over to the tablet to that machine, and then go ahead and load up what he needs to on that machine's type of deal. So, yeah. So. That one?